Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, go ahead and check out the details of my videos when you get a chance. If you click that little down arrow below the video, if you exit out of full screen, you're going to find all sorts of links in there that are really useful. We got the link to my Discord server if you want to come hang out and chat with me over there. You got the link to the WHF recruiting server, and you also got links to our live streamer who's going to be live streaming all the CWL invite wars for WHF this year, my buddy Carbonfin. So really handy stuff in the details of all my videos. Check those out when you get a chance. So with that, let's get into the subject of today's video. I've done several miner videos, and I've gotten a few comments from you guys, and I'm listening, I'm hearing you. Said, hey, Corey, man, all these miner attacks you're showing, they'll have lava hounds in the CCs. In our wars, we hardly don't ever see any lava hounds in CCs. You know, we're seeing dragons, baby dragons, witches, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. And this war that we had against Valar Morghulis, hope I didn't butcher that, we just happen to have three excellent examples of miners versus damaged CCs. So I wanted to give you guys some more ideas, some more things to think about how you can make those work on some bases. Not all bases, but some bases. You're not going to want to miss the third one. I got three total. The third one is an absolute masterpiece by Hex. Don't know how he thought of it. Swag to heal. But we're gonna end on that one. First of all, we're gonna start on Ballin's hit on number 34. And I believe these are all fresh hits. Just, you know what I mean? So first thing here, let's look at this base. What makes this minerable, even though you have no idea what's in the CC when you hit it? It's got an easily drawable CC. One giant, he was able to draw the entire CC out. And he's going to lure that CC over to a queen walk and do a queen kill on that CC. So if it's not a lava hound in the CC, or if you don't know what's in the CC, but it has an easy lure on the CC, miners are still a possibility. So he's going to get that queen kill underway. He sets that poison back pretty far, and the reason for that, he wants to make sure he gets that witch in the poison. He does end up having to pop his ability a little early. That kind of sucks. I think if I was going to do this, lure it out to the queen walk, I'd probably use a double poison, and I would trail them back a little bit. You know, lay one poison on the way and another poison right when it gets there. That has a tendency to separate the troops out even more, because the ones that are slower are slowed down even more. So they get really far apart, and the queen a lot of times can deal with them one at a time. So here, you're going to see, now trying to catch up with the attack here. Queen walk's still going. She barely wins the battle against that enemy king. He's got miners going into the base. Use the wall wrecker, you know what I mean? Just right there in front of the miners, just tanking some of those defenses on the way in. So he's got two heals that he's used so far, along with a rage in the core. He does choose to also use a freeze over there. Gets a wizard tower and something else I couldn't see because it was already down. But anyways, he's getting through to the back of this base. Got another heal down on the right-hand side because he's got a nice big group of miners over there. You know, they're getting hung up on some of those ground skellies right now. That takes them quite a while to get through those. So definitely needed that last heal right there. They were in range of that wizard tower. They were stuck on a gold storage. They were stuck on skellies. Perfect placement on that last heal. So his queen's getting low down there, but there's some miners in there kind of helping out as well. So that's kind of the goal on these when you're sending your queen down with a walk or even without healers. If you time it right and have your miners in there helping, she shouldn't take too much direct fire, because a lot of times those miners are going to be tanking for her. So with that, this raid is over. Excellent triple from Ballin. So, you know, if you can get to that CC and get the lure of it, then miners are still definitely a possibility. So let's go look at Dial's hit on number 33 here. I'll pause it. Look at that CC range. Once again, really easy lure on that CC. You know, which sounds like a great thing, but for some attacks it makes it a pain in the butt. What if you wanted to start and set funneling troops over there? They're going to get smashed by the CC right away. But for this particular type of hit, it works out really well in his favor. Starts his queen on the bottom left. Excellent location for her because there's a lot of trash that needs to be trimmed, and there's no defenses that are even reaching her yet. So gets his queen out there. She's still out of range. She'll step in range of that archer tower here pretty soon. Now he brings in his wall wrecker. He was letting his queen establish the funnel for a little bit first so his miners would stay more concentrated. And he puts down the poison before he even puts down the wall wrecker, because he knows as soon as he puts down that wall wrecker, it's going to get drawn out. This was a fresh hit. He didn't know it was in the CC, but he brought a wizard just in case it was a big dragon. Because one or two poisons will pretty much kill any other CC troop out there, other than, you know what I mean, any other damaged CC troop out there, other than a big dragon. So he brings a wizard just in case. You better believe if the hound had popped out of that CC, he wouldn't have even dropped that wizard down, or at least he wouldn't have used it over there. He'd have been using it maybe on the backside, really far away, so that you don't pop that hound if you don't need to. So heading into this base, just kind of standard miner healing as usual. Remember, heal where the miners are going to be. You don't have to heal the defenses. You want to heal where your troops are at when they're on those buildings. So if you look at the buildings that are up, that are left up, you kind of usually tell where they're going to path next, and that really helps you plan the heals. Another good tip, if you want to get better miner war attacks, loot with miners. They're an excellent looting troop, excellent farming army, especially if you're trying to max heroes, because they don't use any dark elixir at all. So you can have a farming army that costs 0 dark elixir, that really works well for farming, and at the same time, you're getting used to healing those miners. You're going to get more and more comfortable with healing them along the way, and then when you go to use them in war, it's just going to come naturally to you. So really good idea if you plan on using them in war, use them while you're farming too. So this one's a close one. It definitely comes down to the wire, but he is going to get it. Man, they still got 3 more point defenses. Archer tower's down. Got like, didn't quite get that other Tesla over there. At this point, it looks like he's not going to get it, man, because he's going to have to, they're going to have to go through a gold storage and then the Tesla. Let's zoom in on this. This is tense. Well, I guess he had 2 miners left up, and that's all it takes. So, it was a close one, but he got it. Very nice, fresh triple from Dial on that one. Here, let's zoom it, or not zoom it. Let's speed that up a little bit. There we go. Nice triple from Dial. Remember, if that CC is exposed, easy to get to, miners are still a possibility. Now, finally, we're going to look at this beautiful hit that Hex did on number 19. This is crazy. I think I caught this attack live, like, towards the end, so I didn't really appreciate just how much went into it. But once I went to, go watch this video real quick to make this replay, I was like, damn, that was a masterpiece. So he's going to start out with a blimp, and he's just going to get rid of that single target Inferno compartment completely, and that blimp's also going to lure out any of the CC that can target air troops, you know what I mean? So he gets a big dragon out of there. Now he's going to start his queen walk on the left-hand side, and he's going to ask a lot of his queens. So he brings 2 rages for her and only 3 heals for the miners. And he also brings 5 healers, just since he's going to be charging his queen straight into that base, taking a lot of damage, maybe hitting some black air bombs, you know what I mean? So he brings 5 healers on this charge because he knows he's going to ask a lot of his queen on this. A lot more than you normally would out of a queen walk with a miner raid. So he's got some archers going around the outskirts of the base, just targeting free buildings, trying to trim that trash, you know what I mean? And later on, that'll keep the miners more focused, keep them from getting sidetracked on a bunch of trash buildings while they're getting targeted by defenses, Also has the advantage of speeding the cleanup process, especially if you're going to do a long charge. Miners aren't the fastest, so if you're combining a large charge with miners, you definitely want to be mindful of time. Gets first rage down on his queen. She was taking quite a bit of damage there. And she's going to walk right into this narrow channel of this base. Now, he gets that rage down nice and soon because he sees a Valk, 2 goblins, and a loon pop out of that CC. That's the rest of that CC that wasn't drawn because it couldn't target the loons and the blimp that were used to take out that Inferno compartment. So, he's used both of his rages at this point, and look at this. He's carved out, he sent his king over on this side just to carve this outer trash right here. And look where he sends his miners in, directly targeting what's going to be the inner ring of the defenses left on this base. Brilliant hit. Precision miner hit. That's why we call him the Miner Whisperer. I'm just kidding. Nobody calls him that except me. And he did change his name to that since that video came out. But it's true. The guy's a freaking miner master. Gets that first heal down on there, covering the giant bomb back there and the whole backside of that wizard tower as well. second heal down on those miners as they pop up on another giant bomb. It really catches a good group of them in between those two directions they're going. At this point, the base is already wrecked. He's still got his queen charge going. There's nothing left in this base that could even kill the queen. More or less the queen, king, and all the miners. So he's going to go ahead and swag that last heal right there in the middle, right there on that dude's clan castle. Excellent hit, Hex. So there you guys have it. Now that one there was just crazy, because I told you, if the CC is accessible, you can still make miners work sometimes. The CC wasn't that accessible on that one, so he got a freaking blimp in there to take out a single target Inferno. That queen charge wouldn't have been possible without taking out that single target Inferno, and to get a partial lure on the CC as well. So there was a whole lot of planning that went into this attack, and he just really executed it brilliantly. So, you know what I mean? If you're creative, you don't want to stick with standard armies for different bases. Every different base requires a different approach. So you know what I mean? Be creative. Use some of the ideas that you're seeing in videos like this, incorporate those into the bases that you're trying to take out. And you know what I mean? You're going to come up with some really good stuff. You know what I mean? And, I hope you guys liked the video. It was a really fun one to make. I hope it gets you thinking a little bit more. I know I always enjoyed these kind of videos. It really helped me plan. Man, hopefully in the next week or two, you're going to see a base where you're like, man, I wonder if that's going to work. I might be able to make that work if I do this, this, and this. So, hope you guys like it, and I will see you in the next video.